Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It's 9 o'clock and it's time for a 5x5. Now, if you've never seen 5x5 before, the idea is simple. I have 5 minutes to talk about 5 subjects, 5 minutes per subject. There's a countdown timer at the bottom of the screen. When it reaches 0, I get cut off and I move on to the next subject. So the idea is it's quick and it's snappy and you never know what you're going to get. A little bit like Forrest Gump. Now, today I'm going to be talking about a whole bunch of different stuff and I'm going to be reviewing an item that is absolutely amazing that I never see anyone performing that is perfect for Zoom shows. It's absolutely brilliant for parlor or stage, but for Zoom shows, oh my gosh, it's amazing. So I'm going to be reviewing that for you. And we're even going to be looking at some live performance footage as well. So without further ado, let's get straight on with this week's 5x5. Right, guys, first thing I want to do is I want to talk to you about a product that has flown under everyone's radar. I don't see anyone doing it, and it is an amazing product. It's not exactly the sort of thing that you do walk around. It's not the sort of thing that you do table hopping, but right time, right place. This is amazing. And I am talking about Crimped Coincidence by Mark Strivings. Now, Mark Strivings is an amazing magician, stroke mentalist, and this says a fantastic and easy to do needle in a haystack presentation that defies explanation. Everything you need to perform is included. And you know what? That packaging is 100% accurate. You get everything that you need to perform this routine straight out the box. You don't get a download. It's old school. You get some printed instructions, but you know what, guys? That's all you need. This is a super commercial routine. Now, I've been doing this in Zoom shows for quite a while now, and in Zoom shows, this absolutely kills because you can really build the presentation up. I'm going to give you a very quick presentation because I've obviously only got a few minutes, and then we'll wrap it all up. Right, so I've got Sarah helping me behind the camera. Hey, Sarah.
Hey.
We're going to try and do a feat of mentalism unlike anything you have seen before. Honestly, you're going to think like I'm Darren Brown here. And you're going to make all of the choices. You're going to make all the decisions. And it starts with 2 packs of cards, a red deck and a blue deck. Which deck do you want me to use? I'm going to tell you right now, there is no wordplay. There is no magician's choice. Whichever deck you say, I will leave on the table. The other one I will get rid of. So it's completely up to you. Which deck do you want?
Red.
Red. Are you sure? Now, do you want to change your mind? I don't want you saying later on, I made you pick red.
Yeah, I'll change my mind. No, I'm kidding. I'll stay with red.
Fair enough. So I'm going to use the red cards. And we're going to try and do this. I'm going to, when I do this on a Zoom show, I'll do it with you the same way. I'm going to deal cards on the table like this.
Yeah.
And anytime you want to, just say stop.
Stop.
Do you want that card or this card?
The one that's down on the...
That one? Now, do you want to go one more card? Do you want to go one card back?
No, that's fine.
So you want that card? I'm going to show it to you. Can you see it?
I can.
Very good. And we're going to leave that card right there in the center of the pack. I'm going to put the cards away into the case. Now, you know a little bit about magic, Sarah. That's fair, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
That is ridiculously fair. No way I could know that card. If I told you that I'd made a prediction of your card, would that be good?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, well, I have, in a bag, over here, I predicted your card. I've got to have predicted your card, because, frankly, every single card is in there. Like, all the red cards, all the blue card.
Right. Both packs.
Yeah, yeah.
104 cards.
Well, you said you'd be impressed, and there's, like, 104 cards there, so I'm not wrong, technically. Now, if you were here, you could open up each one of these cards if you wanted to. They are all completely different. But I can tell you're not very impressed, so I'll tell you what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and do some ninjutsu, because when you look at me, you think ninja.
I can't even get in the bag very well.
I'm not very good at this. I'm not very good at this. Are you ready?
Yeah, go.
You're going to give me 3 seconds. I want to count. You're going to say go, then you're going to count down from 3, and you're going to say stop. Here we go.
Okay. 1.
No, you're going to say go first.
Oh, go. 1, 2, 3.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. One card. One card. One card only. Forget about the rest of them. One card. For the first time, what was the name of your card? Well, first of all, I got a red card, and yours was the red pack, so it's a good start. What was the name of your card?
8 of diamonds.
The 8 of diamonds. What you mean? Something like that.
Very good, yeah.
Boom! Now, the nice thing about this is everything is self-contained inside this bag. You just throw it into a cabaret case and you're good to go. It plays to a massive audience, but you know what? For Zoom shows, it's absolutely brilliant. I can have this set up, ready to go. It's like a 5-second reset in between performances. So I'm doing lots of Zoom shows in a day. It's like a 5-second reset. But the key thing about this is presentationally, you can really build up the impossibility, because the way that they're picking the card is so completely fair. And they have the choice of the red and blue deck. And when you bring the bag out with all of the folded up cards, You know, it's a really funny moment. It's like the 52-on-1 card. It's a massive gag. But then you do this thing where you go, right, I'm going to reach into the bag. And when I do this, the person I'm doing this on Zoom, I'll unmute them and I'll get them to give me a 10-second countdown. I'll be like, right, and I'll stop them and I'll go, no, you need to be more showbiz than this. I need it like this, 10, 9, and I'll really build it up. And then I come out with the card and I build up that moment. For a Zoom show, I'm telling you right now, it's brilliant. It's why I wanted to highlight that for you. When we get back to doing live entertainment, it's also great for a cabaret show and it's great for a stage show, but my gosh, it's great for a Zoom show. I'm going to give this 95%. It's something I've been doing for a while. It's also very inexpensive. Highly recommended. Crimped Coincidence by Mark Strivings. Go out and buy it right now. It should be available from your favorite magic dealer. Right, okay, so what I'm going to talk about now is ID Card by Richard Sanders. Now, I've performed this on Magic Lives in the past, and if you saw my festive routines that I let everyone download, one of the routines on there where I end up with a Santa Claus beard was based on ID Card. It's an absolutely amazing routine, but the whole idea of ID Card can be taken in so many different directions. And I've shown this to magicians in the past and they're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I never thought about that. So I just wanted to quickly highlight what you can actually do if you perform ID Card by Richard Sanders. So I'm going to give you a very brief performance. You can actually learn it from the Richard Sanders Show, which is his DVD set. And then once I've performed it for you, I'll quickly talk about how you can actually change this and adapt it for other things. So let's do a very quick performance of the routine first of all, and I'll use Sarah to help me. It's a regular shuffle deck in use, although there is a gimmicked card there for no reason at all. It is a shuffle deck in use. Hey Sarah, you okay?
Hey. Yep.
So you're going to pick a card, but before you do, I should tell you I am an expert magician, and I'm in the most prestigious magic club in the world, which is the Magic Square. You might have heard of them. This is the Magic Square. That's my ID card.
Okay.
You see where I'm holding my hand like that? Yes.
Yes.
That is the special grip that we use to let everyone else know that we are in the Magic Square. When you do that, it shows people that you're in the Magic Square.
Very random.
Although there is only one member, and that's me, which is why it's the best of the best, to be honest. But anyway, I'm going to show you something with my ID card. We're going to do something, and you're going to pick a card. So just say stop.
Stop.
Cool. That's your card. Can you look at it?
A little bit lower.
There you go. Can you see
Yes.
it? Brilliant stuff. And we're going to take another 4 cards. So just say stop.
Stop.
That's 1, and another one.
Stop.
That's 2, another one.
Stop.
3, and one more.
Stop.
4. You happy with those?
Yeah.
So now we would mix all of these together, and you would do all this. I'm kind of burning through this, but you would mix it yourself,
Right, okay.
and you'd be in a situation where one of these cards is your card, right?
Yeah.
I don't know which one. It's either the 5 of clubs, the Jack of clubs, the Jack of hearts, the 6 of diamonds, or the 10 of hearts, right?
Yeah.
One of those cards is your card.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the ID card to find your card. I'm going to put this ID card, I'm going to thrust it into these cards, and it's going to end up right next to the card that you picked. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Boom, done. So the card right there, no, seriously, this is impressive stuff. Look, right there, the 10 of hearts. Was that your card?
No.
What I meant is the one below the ID card. Sorry, I meant that one right there, the 6 of diamonds.
No.
I meant the one above the card, the Jack of clubs. Was that your card?
Also no.
I meant the one below the one below. Was it the 5 of clubs?
No.
Oh, but oh my gosh, your card has disappeared. Would you like to know how I managed to make it disappear?
I'm guessing magic.
Well, I palmed it. No, I did. I
Right,
palmed
okay,
it.
okay.
But I didn't palm it here. I actually palmed it in the picture. And if you have a look, you can see right there on the picture, I am holding now in my hand a Jack of hearts. Was that
so
your
you
card?
are, yes.
Boom. So that's, I know it's crazy, right? That's ID card. My wonderful wife made me this up many, many years ago. And she's since made me lots of other versions as well. The whole purpose of this, very quickly, is to talk about this routine. And I've seen people perform this just like that. But there's so many other things you can do with it. So if you've ever seen me or any of the projects I've released before, I do a lot of pen manipulation. If you've seen my routine on the OmniPen DVD, I do a lot of stuff with pen manipulation. So if you've got ID card or you understand how ID card works, let me give you a few ideas. I will regularly do it with a pen. So can you see that, Sarah? Does that come across on camera?
Down slightly.
There you go. Does that come across?
Yes.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll do a whole pen manipulation thing, and then what I'll do is I'll finish off with the pen in my hand. And what I'll do a lot of the time is I'll do the routine with the card, and then I'll put the card down. That's the end of that routine. I'll do something else, the pen will disappear, and I'll go, well, let's have a look at the ID card. And it almost becomes a running gag, where everything in my act disappears and ends up right there in my hand. I also do a routine with a coin, and I'll show you this one as well. You can probably see that just about. Can you see that there, Sarah? I'm holding a coin. What's really cool is you can't see that one great unless you actually look at it close. And I give people a little magnifying glass. And if you actually look at it through a magnifying glass, it's got my initials on it. And it's a 50p. Because what I do is I do a routine where they sign one side, I sign the other side. The coin disappears and it appears there. And what I'll do when I'm out performing is I'll introduce the ID card at the beginning of a set. And then I'll have different objects disappear through the act and appear on the membership card. So if you know how this works, don't be limited by just playing cards. Understand that there is a lot more that you can do with this principle than just have a card appear in the picture. Okay, on Talk Magic soon, we're going to have a full interview with one of my favourite creators of magic, a guy called Oliver Meech, which a lot of you won't know, but Oliver has written several books on the art of creativity and magic. The plot thickens, plot twists, and his interview is absolutely amazing. I wanted to whet your appetite a little bit and just give you a sneak preview of what Oliver's going to be talking about when the actual full interview hits, which I'm editing right now. So here is a sneak peek of Oliver Meech talking about how magicians can be more creative. So where do you find your inspiration? Because you've literally written the book on plot twists twice. Where do you find it? Do you ever go through the magician equivalent of writer's block?
So again, I think this is what, yes, sometimes I do, but I think advertising has been very helpful in that sense, in that in the same way sometimes when, people say I think Mike Caveney, but anyway, generally people say, if they want to create a new show, then, book in a hard deadline and it focuses the mind. So it's a little bit like that. Like in advertising, every day is a deadline and sometimes twice a day is a deadline. So there's no space for writer's block, and it's hard because you have moments when you go, and then you go, well, no, that's it. Still got a deadline. Deadline's still there, so you have to sort of push through it. So I think what's helpful, I find, is I think it's helpful. So I can always create something, and I think it doesn't. I think often there's lots of things that we get hung up on when we're creating, and I think there's that thing of I'm not a creative person. Other people have demolished these myths before, but I'm not a creative person, and also that inspiration strikes, which it sometimes does, but often it's you're searching for it and you're playing around. And I think same with when you get writer's block or creative block, it's often because I can say a few things I can do if I'm not feeling it. So I do get it sometimes. I find and they're on a range. You can do either or. So I either crack on, I push on. That's number one, where you hit a wall and you go, okay, well, let's keep thinking about it for another bit of time and see if you push through. Or you go the reverse and you go, actually, make a cup of tea. Like the number of ideas I've had, either pop into the loo or making a cup of tea, and your head goes bing, like crossword quizzes, that kind of thing. You go, I don't know, in your brain, or like you sleep on something, you wake up and you go, oh, I could, whatever it is. So I think that helps. I think the more ideas is definitely good. So I don't have an example at the moment, but I'm a big fan of mentally or on paper brainstorming and spider diagrams, mind maps, whatever you call them. So like I will sometimes for a trick I'll just go, right, that's the trick and I want to do a thing. For other tricks I will go, what could it be? I don't know, like I did a routine same year as Morgan and West. That's partly when we met. We both ended up going to Edinburgh, both with shows about time travel. And it was like, oh, what are the chances? So but when I was developing that, I was like, okay, time, how many different things about time are there? And I'll just brainstorm 50 and then maybe 2 of those will be good. But I think that helps because it just gets your brain going, create, and not editing. Again, a lot of these are standard principles, but they definitely help. So you just go, have a thing, because it's so easy to go, oh, I need to create something brilliant. Oh, is it brilliant? Oh no, that's only go, I'll sod it, and you put it away. Whereas if you just go, okay, let's create 10 things, 10 bad things, then you go, okay, here you go. And then you go, well, maybe there's something in that. So I think that helps. I think I think Eugene Berger talked about having little slips of paper that he had in his wallet with sort of thoughts for ideas, like the history of the world told with a deck of cards. And you just have a thought, you know, it wasn't a full trick, but it was just a bit. So I think that's the other thing. I sort of collect bits. I collect in my head and on my phone. My phone notes list is just full of blah. So yeah, so I collect bits, but like magic bits, which people do anyway. People are used to going, okay, I've got a control, I've got a shuffle, I've got a whatever, if it's cards, you know. But I think people just collect other bits, like any interesting article I get, oh, there's a thing. Any article like, what else? Or if you know, I don't know whatever, or anytime you watch a film, I know Dynamis is the same, like you go, okay, oh, that's an interesting thing. I don't know, you know, comic books becoming real, that's an interesting thing. Okay, here we go. And you don't need to go, and then what's the trick and what's the method, because that's overwhelming. You just go, oh, there's a thing. And then if you do get stuck, you can look through and go, oh, well, maybe there's a thing in that. And then the other thing I find is really useful, which I'd recommend to people, and it's fun. That's the other thing. I think sometimes with creativity, it can get quite preachy, or people could go, same with like, oh, you must learn mnemonica or whatever, you know, and people feel like, oh, okay, like it's homework, you know. And like, creativity is fun on a good day. It is hard sometimes, but it's also fun. We're not just masochists. I mean, we're not just there going, oh, must create just, you know, another 15 tricks today. It's because it's fun and you get that little burst of excitement when you go, oh, you could do this with that.
Right, on a previous 5x5, I talked about Tommy Wonder, and a lot of people who are regular viewers of this channel will know that Tommy is one of my favourite magicians, and it was such a loss to the magic community when he passed away. And if you have not seen the Books of Wonder, you should absolutely go and buy them now. They are two of the greatest books ever written on magic. Anyway, on a previous 5x5, I did a kind of an analysis of his cups and balls routine, which is just a masterpiece in misdirection. And I've had a few people message me and comment on various different videos, talking to me about what other routines that Tommy Wonder does that I really like. So I wanted to highlight for you another Tommy Wonder trick, which is called Elizabeth IV. And there's a few different places that you can actually learn this. So first of all, you can learn it on the L&L DVD set that he put out. It's on there. It's also in the Books of Wonder. It's also on the new Penguin Magic release, where they've kind of reimagined the Wonder routines. And also, and this is the version I use. I used to use a version that I actually made up after watching his L&L DVD set, but I switched it out a little while ago for this. Now, this is available directly from Card Shark, and what they've done is they've had full permission from the Tommy Wonder estate to actually release this, and what they've done is they've actually just improved it by using by introducing a special deck of cards into the routine. But I'm telling you right now, for virtual shows, this is amazing because the premise is all about giving the spectator a chance to get some money. And when I do this, I actually use some money like this inside the case so they can actually see it. And but if I'm doing it in a virtual show, I actually say, you know what, obviously, if you win the money, you can't actually take this off me because this is virtual. But I've got my finger poised over my PayPal account, and I'm telling you right now, this is just a visual representation of money, and I will PayPal you £50 right now. So let me go through the routine. I'll perform it on Sarah. And just so you can see how it would play, I'll do it in a very abridged version, but this is kind of how I would perform it in a Zoom show. So Sarah, how you doing? You okay?
I'm good.
Very good. Now, I'm going to give you a win-win situation right now. There is no way that you're going to lose. I know that your secret desire has always been to be a magician on stage and perform in front of everybody.
Couldn't be further from the truth.
So I'm going to give you the chance to perform in front of everyone now. I'm going to give you the chance to feel what it's like to be a magician and get a selected card right. Now, inside this little sort of see-through container, I've got some money, and I've also got 2 playing cards. Now, if I told you that I was putting a card down on this table and I snapped my fingers and you were going to name a card and you would name the card on the table, that would be amazing. Everybody would give you a huge round of applause. Now, I know you've never done this sort of thing before, which is why there's 2 playing cards here inside this little see-through container. And let me explain what we're going to do here, Sarah. If you are going to name a card in a minute, whichever card you name, if one of these cards inside this little see-through container here is the card that you name, then everybody that's watching this video right now will virtually applaud you and give you a massive round of applause. Yeah. Now, however, It could go wrong, and it's very shameful when it goes wrong. And to help you deal with the shame,
if it goes wrong, is it on you though?
No, it's on you. It's on you. It's totally on you. But if it goes wrong, I have money inside this container, and this is a visual representation of money. Obviously, I can't actually give you this money because it's virtual. But if this goes wrong and you get the trick wrong, I will PayPal you £50 into your bank account right now. So it's a win-win situation. You either get everybody loving you, or you get money. Okay. One of those. So can you name a card for me right now, Sarah?
Any card?
Yeah.
Okay. 10 of spades.
10 of spades. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Now I want to be clear because there's money on the line here. I want to know that we are talking about exactly the same card. I don't want anything later on saying, oh, you know, I didn't mean that 10 of spades. I meant a different 10 of spades. Just to be clear, Sarah, is this the card that we are talking about right here?
Yes.
We're talking about the 10 of spades, right?
Yes.
So remember, this is the situation. We have a the clip, but we're going to take the clip off. And remember that there's 2 cards in here. If you get it wrong, the money is yours, okay?
Okay.
Now, I said there were 2 cards. If one of these cards is your card, then you win. Now, the first one is a joker.
Okay.
If you'd said a joker, you would have won, but you didn't win. No. But then this is the second one, and you could have said any card, couldn't you?
Yeah.
But you said the 10 spades.
Yeah.
Which means that everybody watching this video will love you forever more. They're all giving you a virtual round of applause right now, Sarah. So that's it. That is Queen Elizabeth the Fourth. It's an amazing routine. I don't actually know how much time I've got left. I don't know, but I'm going to keep talking until I get told to stop talking. Right, at a previous 5x5, I gave a really good review to a download called Bandit by the Other Brothers, and it's a rubber band routine that I've done for years. I had a few people ask me if I could do a live performance of it, so I've looked through my archives and I've found a live performance of me doing Bandit by the Other Brothers. This is an amazing rubber band routine. It's very sponge balls. Check it out. This live performance is right now.
There you go. Can I borrow that? There you go. So we're going to do a trick. I have elastic bands. I'm not telling you like. You want an orange. It's a good choice. If I was you, I'd pick orange as well. Now, what I want you to do, I'm going to give you this orange elastic band. I want you to hold your hand out for me. That hand out, like my elbow cheek. In a second, I'm going to put the band in your hand and lift them on, and I want you to squeeze this orange band. Can you do that for me? So squeeze it and turn my hand over. Thank you very much. And we're going to use the pink one as well. Steph, can you do me a favour? Can you keep an eye? No, you don't have to. Don't worry, your roll's not that important. I want you to just keep an eye on the pink band. I'm going to put it here. Make sure I don't cheat. Now watch this. If I do this on the back of my hand and snap, do you know what happens? Absolutely nothing. No, it's when I snap twice. That's when the band becomes invisible. Now it really is there. Look, you hold that end, and you can feel the tension, can't you? Watch the band. Watch this. Watch this. 1, you'll feel this. 2, 3. Do you feel that? Sorry. The story of my life. That was nice. See, you hold on to the orange band. Pink band vanished. Travelled invisibly. This will freak you out. Take your hand, turn it over. Have a look. No, right? It's so weird. It's so weird. I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to do one more thing with these elastic bands, and then we're going to go for the big finish, okay? Okay, so these 2 elastic bands. Let me ask you a question, guys. Have you ever seen that trick that magicians do, where they have metal rings and they link them together? Yeah. I'll tell you how it works. There's gaps in the rings. Yeah, that's how it works. But I'm going to do the same thing with elastic bands. When you've got elastic bands, do you see the holes in the elastic bands? There's one right through the middle of each one, but they're the only holes. Now, if I do this fast enough, I can create the illusion that these 2 bands are linking together. What's your name, sir? Joe. Watch this, Joe. That looked like they were linking together, Joe. Thanks for helping, Joe. Have you ever helped a magician before? Of course, you're not helping one now, Joe. I'll do it again, Ross. In fact, Joe, I'm going to keep doing it until you like it, all right? So watch the 2 bands. If I do it fast enough, I can actually create the illusion. It really looks like those 2 bands are linked. Check that out. I know, whoa, I'm going to whoa. Right? They really look like they're linked together, doesn't it, Joe? That looks like it. It's not. If I go up and down, you can see that they're not. I mean, it looks like they work. It looks like they're not. Now, when I do this, people turn around to me and they say, Craig, because that's my name. They say, Craig, do it again. So I'm going to do it again. Joe, I'm going to make it easier for you. It was Joe, right? I'm going to make it easier for you to follow, Joe. I'm going to have these dangling down from my fingers. Joe, can you pick one up, Paul? That would be the orange one, Joe. Thank you.
Where's that pink one?
It's okay, Joe. No, it's my fault. I shouldn't have picked you. It's okay. All the signs were there, Joe, and I chose to ignore them. Give the pink one a pull. Make sure it's not linked, is it, Joe?
No.
Say no. No. And the orange, okay, that's there. Don't you dare ping me, Joe. Give the orange one. It's not. I just don't trust you. Watch the two bands. You can watch from behind. You can watch from the sides. Sorry to wake you. You can watch over there. Watch the two bands. If I just pull right there, look at that, Joe. They're linked together, Joe. Look at that. It's a miracle, Joe. Now, I've got to be honest, the first time I saw this, I forgot to applaud as well. But that's okay. Oh, no, thank you. Too little, too late. You better be careful. Someone might throw you a fish. Let's do this again. But, Joe, grab the two bands right there with your hand. Squeeze tightly. And when I say you're going to give them a big tug down, 1, 2, 3, pull. Like that. Let go. It's a miracle in Joe's hands, everybody. Look at that. I know. One last time, Joe, you can do this yourself, okay? Because you're doing so well. Joe, pinch the two bands together. Now, before you do, are they linked? Extreme close-up. That was the face of fear right there. But they're not linked. Pinch. Watch this. You're up and down. And look, let go, Joe. They're linked. Look at that. Apparently, this is the sort of thing you see every day, right? You hold this one. I'll hold this one. If these come apart, they're going to go crazy. That's linked, isn't it? Hello. Look at that. There you go. That's 1, 2 bands. Give Joe a big round. Joe, I'll tell you what, Joe. I'm going to let you keep one of these as a souvenir. You can have this one. It matches your hair. There you go. Give him a big round of applause. There you go. We're going to do one last one to finish off, okay?
Right, guys, that is another 5x5 in the bag, as Ryan would say. Thank you very much for watching. Do me a favour, let me know down below what you think of what we covered here today. Do you do Queen Elizabeth IV? And if you're Queen Elizabeth, do you do Elizabeth IV? And if you do, what do you think of it? What do you think of the Mark Strivings routine? What do you think of the performance of Bandit? Let's get a dialogue going down in the comments. And other than that, thank you very much for watching the video. I'm going to be back tomorrow with a Talk Magic. Then I'm going to be back on Wednesday with a review show with Rye, and then on Thursday with the magic stuff. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will be back again soon. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Craig from Magic TV.